Hey, how's it going out there, Nexo Development League? My name is Rock, and I am reviewing match week 2. It's Infernal Shrines. Looks like we're featuring Sidepiece, TieDie, Memes, Caden, and Ulysses, whereas the red team has got Kalkin, GalacticMonk, Direpants, Imparty, ShyheartyDK, and GalacticMonk. So, as always, one of the things that I always look at, I'll just follow around the tank for now, just so that way I can talk while it's going. Every time you look at a map, you should have an understanding of what is our win condition, what are we trying to do, what's the goal, and how does our team necessarily win on each map. And so looking at your team blue here, looks like you guys are going for a little bit more of a macro slash shrine composition. So you're going to be, objective slash macro composition, to keep my terms clear. You guys have really strong ability to clear the shrine, and you can zone the shrine very well with Chromie, and so that'd be able to be very beneficial to you versus the right team here, a little bit more unconventional with a Blaze Tank. They are definitely more macro-oriented with the split-pushing Asmodan. Overall, if I had to pick a favorite, I kind of like what blue team's got going on here. I said they should be able to zone effectively. The one thing that is going to be hard is for your team fights and things. If you guys do get locked down underneath a Blaze Sun here, you might get blown up just because we don't really have... well, I guess we do have Ancestral. Yeah, we have the big heal save. So, yeah, as long as you guys don't get out macroed here, I think that you'll be fine. So we've identified that Red's win condition, as we look into this, is more macro-oriented and scaling late game. Right? The one advantage that Red Team also has is they have a global, so you need to be aware of potentially fights and things where they fight you with numbers up. One of the things that they can do with their global is being able to push multiple buildings and lanes, and so if you commit to the shrine, potentially they'll be doing that. Look at you guys here, well done, way to look early. Unfortunately, they were able to finish it before your team was able to get there. Here comes that Dahaka dig that I was talking about. It doesn't look like there'll be any finishes there, but it was a good idea, good invade. So, kind of talking now more about general things and what I'm observing. So, one of the nice things about Muradin is that Muradin is one of the best vision tanks, so you're having lots of opportunities to be able to be around and be annoying. Taking that dwarf block there is good. Definitely if you take third wind, you get more healing too, but the dwarf block honestly isn't going to get a lot of value this game. The Tychus's minigun just absolutely shreds dwarf block, so I probably would have actually taken the healing instead, just my preference. So once again, looking at what they're strong and what they're doing, they're down here fighting as a 4. Okay, I'm just going to back up real quick just to double check. Did we face check that, or did we know they were there? So looking at what they're doing here, is there, right, so once again, like I said, they're a little bit more macro-oriented on their team, right? Hogger can also, because he doesn't, like, Hogger outclears Dahaka. So if Dahaka has rotational advantage, one of the things, or sorry, if you have priority up here in the top lane, Hogger should be looking to do this camp. He's one of the fastest campers in the game, so let's make sure we enable Hogger to do what Hogger does best. You also have Chromie. Chromie can anchor any lane, meaning that you don't have to necessarily win the lane, but they can safely clear and maintain vision and space. And then Sylvanas wants to be normally pushing or following up on damage, so we want to make sure that we, more or less, I think this one should be more of a 1-3-1 type of composition from you guys, where potentially the Muradin, Sylvanas, and Rhaegar are kind of doing things a little bit more together, and leaving this Chromie to anchor down here. You don't always have to do that. You can keep doing your rotations, but kind of like we talked about, their wave clear, for some reason they seem to be ahead on you guys for wave clear at the moment, outside of the Hogger lane. And so the fact that they're ahead means that they're able to do this camp. So we saw them come down to this camp, so how exactly did we get killed? So we warned that they were there, right? So we identified that they were there. Did we face check this bush? We did. We face check this bush. No, 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 no. Right? Even though you're at 75% health and like you both got stunned, we should be checking this bush. If you know they're at the camp or you think they're at the camp, this W on the camp doesn't do anything. Right? Like, you're not going to magically just kill someone on accident with his W. So either Chromie with a Q should have checked this bush, or Chromie with a W should have hit it here and gone like 1, 2, 3 splash. But walking into this bush without vision, without your tank, if anything, you guys should be like, oh, they're on this camp. We probably can't do anything because Muradin's stuck clearing mid. So the question becomes, should Muradin be clearing mid? Muradin does not have wave clear, so Muradin should not be showing in lane, where it now allows them to know that, hey, we can do this camp without fear because Muradin's not here. And so at worst, we're 4v3. And on top of that, Dahaka's global is not up, but if Dahaka's global is up, now we can make it a 5v3 anytime we want. So we need to make sure that we have the right people doing the right jobs. So Kaden dies first, check your face, check in the bush. But I think we'll be okay. Just a tiny mistake. So once again, I don't think both of Chromie and Rhaegar need to be down here clearing this. Chromie can do it by yourself, and Muradin, if anything, needs help clearing here. Muradin cannot clear this by himself. As you can see, he keeps trying to get out of vision to help clear, but there's nothing that he can do. So we need to be making sure that we put the right heroes for the right jobs. So from our from our silly death here and our lack of focus on wave clear, they're going to be able to start the shrine on time. And especially since you guys are an objective-based comp, macro/objective-based comp, you want to be on the shrine on time. If you get to the shrine late, you might lose the shrine. Despite having Hogger, despite having Chromie, despite having Rhaegar, if you're not able to set up, you may not win the shrine. So they're engaging on you as you rotate up. You got a lot of damage here. I think you actually do have a kill. Yep, he already blew the shield. Well stun. Well done. Great body box, Ulysses. That's a kill. Said. So that's one of the things about Tank Blaze is if he overextends, he doesn't really have a way out until he gets bunker. So Hogger messed up his bunts there. So once again, they're up 15. Direpants is going to live. It's a good idea. Oh, great stun. Oh, that was so close. But Rhaegar, so how did Sylvanas die? Looks like Sylvanas overextended a little bit. So Sylvanas, let's quickly see. So, Sylvanas, okay, so your team needs to be calling what you want to do here, right? So they've got 15 out of 40 and a dead player. So you guys need to be talking about, are we looking for more, or are we looking for Shrine? Because this is indicative to me of a split decision, because you've got Muradin jumping backwards. So if Muradin's jumping backwards, Sylvanas should not be going in or looking for poke damage. We should be focusing on the Shrine. They see you here because of the minion, so they know where you are, Kaden. So the fact that you're up here trying to do damage to Direpants doesn't line up with where everyone else's damage structure is, right? Like, Hogger's trying to help you, but Hogger gets taunted. So now you're half health, wrong side from your team, and away from your heals. Heals on cooldown already. So there's no heals coming to you still. And so now we're chasing, right? Like we saw we got him low, so Ulysses is in deep. Once again, Chromie's on the objective, Rhaegar's on the objective, so like we need to make sure we're synced here. Because instead of getting the kill here, which all we needed was one Chromie Q or one Chromie W, right? Like that's a pretty easy kill here. But instead, not only does he not die, Kaden overextends trying to get the kill, and then gets punished by the silence. And then low blow does its work. So just a little bit tighter on our coordination of what we want to do, right? Because look at that. You guys got, oh my gosh, Hogger. Oh my gosh, Hogger, okay. Yeah, it didn't look good. Okay, so you guys evened up on Shrine and Objective, and because you guys forced that Objective so hard, that camp we never cleared mid is still getting value. And so now, at this point, you guys are probably going to have to give up on the Objective and just go find value elsewhere on the map, which you're doing. Good job. Boy, not to keep fighting it. Chromie should be clearing top. Sylvanas Rhaegar should probably be getting this camp, so that way you have something to help push against the Objective. We're kind of just dancing. I do think that if Sylvanas and Chromie would have went here right away, you guys probably could have gotten this camp and had the camp helping you de-push this objective. Okay, all Punisher jumps need to be absorbed by someone that either A, has survivability, B, is going to be cleansed, or C, has some sort of invincibility frames to be able to dodge or juke the jumps. That way your team doesn't get blown up. Right, this Stukov is going to be waiting for your jump. This Blaze is going to be waiting for CC. Kalkin's going to be looking to minigun you to death. So let's see if it works. There's the jump. There's the... Oh, stun came late for Monk, but if that stun was on target... Oh, you might still get Kaden. No, you're going to be okay. So, okay. Just be careful, be aware. That's going to work every time. So the jump happens every 15 seconds. Here's the jump again. Rhaegar can tank it this time since he's a little bit more healthy. So, alright. Not bad. That's pretty much the average damage that you get when you defend, so you're doing okay. So let's see, how do we recover? What are we doing? So I'm going to speed it up as we run around and do camps. Once again, Ulysses can fight for vision and quote-unquote catch soak, but he shouldn't be the main person clearing this wave. So I want to make sure that somebody's coming down here to clear, so that way Ulysses can continue to find vision, because the main goal of your tank is to find vision and to control space. And so having Ulysses consistently wave clear is not really what you want. So Sylvanas is calling for help on the camp. Does Sylvanas take the level 1? Okay, Sylvanas did not take the minion one, but you don't have to. Sylvanas technically doesn't need help. You can use black arrows here, and especially since your team is fighting top, there's a good chance that you're not going to be using black arrows again. You want at a minimum to have black arrows ready again for the next objective. Black arrows is like 30-second cooldown, 40-second cooldown. So the objective has not even spawned yet, so you definitely will have it available. So if you want, you can use black arrows here, Kaiden, to be able to just shut these down and then attack in a correct order. Using your Qs to be able to shut it down, auto attack to shut it down, and then your W to spread, you should be able to shut down this entire wave to where you won't need help. Sure, you'll use a lot of your buttons, but as long as we know where they are, it's okay. We know Blaze's top and we know Dahaka's top, and you have a Hogger down here to the south. So you should be okay. They just took this top camp. If I had to guess where they are, they're rotating down to this camp, rotating down to Hogger, and did not expect us to gank here. So we're going to cheat, use everyone vision. Boop. So you've got, yep, 1 coming down, 2 coming down, and then obviously the Blaze that showed up here is still here. So yeah, I think you're safe to do that camp as long as you use all your buttons. So we're trying to gank at Dahaka. Dahaka's pretty hard to gank. That's a little early on the Essence Direpants. You got time to use it once you use your dig if you need to use it. Yeah, and then you didn't use your trade here, but that's okay. I said you got all your stuff done. So once again, see, if you would have had your Essence here, you would have had more Essence Dire. Oh! Right? Like, how much Essence did you burn in that first dig? So right now you're at 32 Essence. You blew all of your Essence when no one actually hit you. There was no damage that followed up on your Essence. And so now you're re-engaging with no Essence. As much as you can, like, you can look for a cheeky tongue right here, right, at the wall. But you should not be pushing up this far into them if you're trying to clear. The safest place to clear is going to be right here in your zone, because you can still threaten to push them. Sure, we see Murden's walking away, but, like, you probably actually don't see Murden walking away. I'm on their vision. But, like, Murden has walked away. He could have stayed right here and then re-engaged on you, and you take all the minion damage, too. And so this is actually a lot of the damage you took is from all the minions that you walked into here. And then, unfortunately, Tunning Claws, you tried to get the juke. It just didn't work. So just be careful on what you're doing as far as your Essence management. But both offlanes got ganked, so satisfactory. Okay, so once again, they're ahead on macro. They got the camp. But through all of that, blue team managed to catch up and get 10s first. Both teams have 10s. Not really a big change. Yep, make sure that you get help clearing this. Good danger ping. We see that they're here. Are we looking for this Blaze? Blaze is looking to engage, though. Nope, didn't happen. Okay, Ulysses putting some damage on them. So once again, we want to make sure we're playing to our win conditions, guys. Because, like, if we're an objective-based comp, we want to make sure that we're ready in time for the objective. We know the objective is spawning bottom, so if we can get as many of our lanes pushed out or at least even, so we can fight at the objective and fight in that zone, we'll do great. We ended up picking up Mind Control, so we have another form of engage, and we even have Shockwave, so once we land that engage, we can then Shockwave and blow them up even harder. Oh, interesting. Blaze took Combustion. So they might be just trying to burn through all the damage that this burned through all your heals. Interesting idea. We'll see if it gets value, see how much you clump. Like, really, realistically, only Muradin and Hogger should be close enough to get hit. Maybe Rhaegar does every once in a while, but Rhaegar can be staying pretty far back. So, let's see. Cleaning stuff up. Yep. Dahaka doing his split push thing. Hogger's trying to answer. Okay, Ulysses found. This is a good job. This is a great job of hiding in the bush here, Ulysses, to find where they're at so you can know what they're doing. I don't think you can get this kill just because of where I see everyone on the map is. But you can probably put in some damage here and then make sure that Sidepiece gets out safely. Oh, you missed the stun. That's unfortunate. You guys need to leave. Ooh, Sidepiece with the juke. Oh, you popped your ult. Both teams ulted. Okay. Same. Oh, Combustion comes out. Did okay. It's a safety cleanse, I guess. Or panic cleanse. And Sylvanas still died. Oh, man. See, we forced this fight that we didn't really need. Like I said, we're an objective from my view, we're an objective slash macro comp. Sure, you can team fight, but like, you know, it's like that's not what your main goal should be, especially if you're having like a Chromie and stuff. So how does Sylvanas die? Sylvanas was low. And then, oh, Direpants just gets a good tongue. That's unfortunate. And oh, that Ancestral was really close. Unfortunate. So they're going to be able to get a little bit of siege, objectives up. And so this is where things continue to be scary for you guys. They are ahead on the objective again because of the kills and damage. If you can get this pick, oh, great shockwave, good follow-up CC stun, well done. As I say, if you don't get this kill, your guys are going to be really behind on the objective. But now that you've got the kill, you can push into the objective. Just be aware that you're committing so many resources to the objective, you're probably going to lose top. So they've also blown bunker. Okay, you left too early, Hogger. Like, you as a team made a decision here that you need to... This is what comes down to, like, what's your win condition? Because I don't like that you ran top. Like, you're going to lose top almost no matter what, right? Like, because Dahaka can dig in as soon as he sees that it's advantageous or when they call him in, right? And so, like, if you would have stayed bottom, right, like, this would have been a 5v4 because Dahaka engaged, right? So I'm like, but now we've made it a 4v4, which isn't bad, right? Like, as long as the rest of your team is able to poke safely and do safe stuff until you come back, right? Like, Blaze is dead. You need to be pushing for an advantage. Covering this angle is catch-up compared to pushing here to push for a win, right? Because you have Sylvanas. If Sylvanas wins the objective, you get a guaranteed a building just because she can shut down the buildings, right? So I don't like that you rotated up here. I know this is scary and you want the soak, but as a team, you guys should be trying to macro call that's like, no, we have to win this shrine, assuming, once again, that this is an objective-based, macro-based composition. Like I said, even if it's a team fight composition, you got your first pick, you want to fight more. So either way, I don't like this. This building is probably going to die no matter what, so you should make sure that you secure the shrine, especially since you're already 25 down. So mind control is a little discombobulated. Ulysses is really low. Ancestral is really good. So Hogger finally came back down. Can we get a kill now? Maybe on this Kaklin. We chose that. Okay, looks like it's good. And they win the objective. So, yeah. So, like, sure, we saved this building, but we gave the objective for it. So, once again, watch out for the jump. Looks like you're going to be okay. Watch out for the laser beams. Oh, goodness, Ulysses, you ran out forward. Okay. Jump again. Make sure you guys are spaced. Don't 2 people take it. Don't 3 people take it. Okay, you guys barely killed it before it jumped again. Just try not to make sure that when you do kill it, don't get triple stunned. All right, let's keep moving. We're worried about mid. So Ulysses must be like an old school offlane player or something, because like our Sylvanas pinged it. Because someone's like, hey, we need to watch out for this mid soak. You know who should be covering the mid soak? Hogger. Right? You see they're down here fighting, but we're sending Muradin to catch soak middle. Right? Like, this is again like a macro / team call. Like, you're already ahead up here. The help needs to be here. And then once you're helping there, you can maybe rotate down here if you have an advantage. But the fact that Muradin left and is now showing in lane, there's nothing you can do about this camp. They get the camp for free. Not that the camp is the most valuable thing in the world, but just being aware of, like, I just showed mid as tank, right? And I'm pushing top as Hogger, right? And, like, we didn't get any damage on this building. So it's like, was my time here worth it? I could have went mid, cleared this lane to allow Ulysses to be here to potentially fight on the camp or to get a kill or to do something. But, yeah, I just don't... Ulysses now has wave clear at 13. Oh, boy. Sylvanas is in trouble. See, once again, like, as much as Sylvanas, you can argue, like, this was dangerous, shouldn't be there, I actually think this is on Ulysses here. Because if we back up... Okay. Sylvanas started the camp, right, or wants to start the camp before this was taken. And so Sylvanas shouldn't... Okay, well, no, okay, she tried for mind control, never mind. Okay, this is definitely, you shouldn't be doing this camp. Right, we have no vision of them. We still have no vision of them, and Muradin's still soaking mid. So, like, this bush is now dangerous. Yeah, we started this too early. We didn't even bush check this. So, that's unfortunate. Stun does land, you get a kill, so they get that camp for free. So, just little things. Like, that's little things, right? If we check the bush, or if Muradin, once again, if Hogger was clearing mid, Muradin could have been down here to protect this lane or to protect this bush so we can get the camp. It's just like little rotational things that can easily be fixed and cleaned up. Alright, moving. We're clearing up stuff, cleaning up stuff. Okay, how many people need to come to this camp? I would say at max 2. You probably don't even need 2, but max 2. So if we've got 2 coming to the camp, Ulysses is, once again, like, are you soaking? Are you finding vision? Right? Like, it'd be different if you were Joe. If you were Joe, like, I understand running down here to soak. Because Joe can, like, instantly blow up the wave. Right? And then, like, Chromie's time traps could potentially provide the vision so that way you can do this camp safely. But, like, I don't like that you keep splitting off to do soaking things, because now you're not able to protect your team or give vision to your team if they need it. We have no idea where they are right now. They could be invading Hogger. They could be doing this camp. They just took, which camp again? They just stole your camp here. So they're probably on this camp here. So, yeah. So, just something to think about. So, Ulysses is able to clear. Sylvanas Hogger come here. Yep, they can do it. So then they're worried about taking tower damage. Sylvanas again. Oh no. Did we use our E there to put additional damage on that blaze? Okay, which talent did you take here? Did you take the W does damage? No, you didn't. Okay. So we're throwing out our Ws quite frequently for a talent that doesn't make sense to me. Like right here. You don't need this W. Or sorry, this E, whatever. You don't need to use your Banshee here. This is getting cleared. You took Unstable Poison. Right? Unstable Poison makes it to where like everything dies. So as long as your trait's on it, it will die. It'll die fast enough. You don't need to emergency clear this wave to where you can throw all your buttons. And because you threw all your buttons, now you don't have the E to get away. So the E should be predominantly used for like escape, right? Like not playing ballsy escape, but escape and or the burst damage that comes with it, because it does do burst damage. Dang, you pushed all your buttons. Oh, I thought you might be able to make it. Okay, just little things. Okay, but you guys got a counter kill on Asmodan, so we need to clean up top. Oh boy. Once again, who was Vision there? We knew they were coming down from bottom, right? They just got to kill. Right, they just got to kill top. So let's see what we see on our vision. Okay, we just saw 3 players in this vicinity. Okay. We have a Chromie time trap here, which is good, right? But we still have no vision of anyone. We see Blaze walking through vision. 2 walking through vision. Yeah, this is just too dangerous, right? Like if you wanted to really clear this wave, then we should have had Muradin up here to make sure that we don't get collapsed on. Like we knew they were making this rotation after they just killed top, and so does that end up getting us punished? Oh man, yeah, we get hosed on that one. That's a good attempt on the Ancestral. Ulysses dies too. Yep, even Fatboy Muradin can't make through that. Okay. Like, really, this game is not that far behind. Like, this is tiny, tiny things. You guys are still 16 apiece. Like, if you win this next objective, this game is 100% back on its head. Right? So I'm just going to speed up to the next objective and see if we finally fight at our strength. Okay. So, Dahaka's showing bottom, which he should be doing. He's split pushing. Right? Let's see if we actually fight here like we're supposed to. So, Hogger's here kind of by himself early. Right? Like, I understand we want to push for stuff, but, like, let's just look at how stringed out our team is. Like, there's no way that anyone can help you from that range. So, it's just unfortunate. Like, we do see that Dahaka's bottom, and Dahaka probably has his global, which he does. So it's something that, yes, obviously we want to be pushing and making advantage of it, but, like, we also don't want to be forcing ourselves on the shrine solo. So, we could have pushed out this wave, because this top shrine is actually kind of one of the biggest chokes on the map. All the other shrines have multiple entrances and exits, right? Like this one has 1 in all 4 corners. This one has 1 in all 4 corners. This is the only shrine that has essentially 2 exits, right? Okay, you can say this is 4, but more or less you have right or left, right? That's the only ways you can exit. So if your creep wave is cleared and pushed up all the way to here, you have vision if they're trapped in there or not. And they don't have vision of you, so that gives you an opportunity to walk around this way to get a flank on whoever's on that shrine, because you saw that they started the shrine. They had 3, you saw the Tychus on the shrine. So if you could have cleared this first and then looked to push this way, you probably could have gotten an advantageous fight and maybe tried to make something happen. So now that we're down a player, once again, I don't know if we can actually step up into the shrine, which you guys have done the right thing. You said let's get value elsewhere. Yep, let's look for that bottom camp. How many people need to come to this bottom camp? Because you got homework to do. Good, I'm glad someone's doing homework. Okay. Okay, we boot the trait to quickly push it faster. Murden's catching soak and finding vision. This is okay. What you're doing here, Murden, this is good for catching soak and vision, because you're doing both at the same time, and we know that they're top. So you're able to use your body effectively instead of having to worry about that other stuff. If you were... Are you trying to do this camp? Okay, if you want to do this camp, Caden, you should have used your trait down here, because you blew your trait when you had help, versus here you don't have help. And so here you could have used your trait, and that would have made sure you got the camp. But now, because we're doing the camp staggered like this, the Punisher's already starting to siege. Obviously, they're not... Okay, there's the Odin. I was like, if they haven't committed Odin yet, then they might be able to get this keep regardless of what you do. But Asmodan's not here, though, so they don't have the split push, right? So they didn't. So they answered your camp, right? So you taking this camp actually was huge, because Asmodan's no longer here to push with this Punisher. Asmodan could have just dropped all of his minions on it and probably gotten it killed. So you guys are doing a pretty good job zoning them. Good jump away. Watch out for the blaze stun. It's a good pushback. It's a deadly silence. Okay. This is a great opportunity. Red is overstayed. They're 4v5. If you don't get frozen here, you might be able to get a kill. It's a good idea. Good swipes. Good Ancestral. You guys might still be able to get this. That's a great stun. Yes, this is your fight. Run at them. Run at them. You've got this. Yep, that's a triple kill. Well done. So red team, 100%, you have the wrong person doing the wrong job here. Okay, your Dahaka still has Z up. Okay, Dahaka should be the one splitting down here, not Asmodan. 100%. Asmodan being down here meant that you lost your siege pressure and you lost a lot of your kill pressure. Sure, you have the tongue potential from Dahaka as follow-up stuns and stuff, but if the Punisher jumps and Blaze stuns and Stukov silences, if that's not enough for a kill with the Tychus following up, then the extra stun from Dahaka wouldn't matter. But the fact that we left Asmodan down here instead of Dahaka meant that we just gave them 2 kills. Because you guys would have gotten that building 100% for free, and maybe even a kill. But because we switched players, we overextended. And oh, does Kalkin die too? No. Okay. Does Stukov die? It looks like Stukov does die. I don't know if Stukov was trying to Hearth there. I'm going to keep moving. I'm not going to wait too long. Stukov dies. Okay. And now Savannah straight. There we go. Right? This is how you win your advantages with your macro power. Macro / objectives. You're really low. Oh my gosh. That was really close, memed. I like you guys keep pushing your advantage, right? 3 dead, 20 seconds, keep pushing your advantage. What else can you do? Right? Now you got to kind of do homework, right? They're even and back up. We're going to clear stuff out so we can get the camp and we can get bottom. Make sure, Ulysses, you're communicating to your team who should be clearing. I know this may be just like pickup groups or whatever, but like someone on your team needs to be essentially the designated like trash man besides Hogger or just Hogger. Because like you running down here again is making sure that their enemy team now sees that you're not with them. So you're not here to protect Sylvanas, you're not here middle to protect the 2 people that are there. So Rhaegar coming here is okay. Rhaegar's pretty macro oriented, but like it should be a team effort. So yes, we see 2 tops, so you're probably safe doing this, but just as a reminder of where your vision is supposed to be. So, right, and Sylvanas is still dying to this camp solo, so we probably should help there. All right. Speed up, 20s. Oh my gosh, this game goes on forever. I may not be able to finish this full VOD review. Let's see. So, red team, you should be looking at for advantage. You may have lost your chance, but you have 20s for... You had 20 advantage there, and we didn't get to use it. Okay, looks like we're going to be 20-20s. So when both teams make it to 20, like, outside of some crazy circumstances, any team fight at 20s can win the game. Blue's going to need probably 3 or 4... Well, no, they got a Sylvanas. So if they get the objective plus 2 team fights, they probably can still win because they can like come in and backdoor a building with Sylvanas straight. So we'll have to see. Right now would be a good opportunity Is this a good opportunity to fight, yes or no? In my opinion, being an objective-based comp, you don't want to fight right now. Right? Dahaka showing top. Dahaka can dig in behind you. So unless you've got incredible burst, which, don't get me wrong, you guys can burst some things, especially with the Sylvanas 20 that you can keep fishing with. But I don't think you want to fight here. I think you want to get ready for the objective. Which it looks like you guys are also doing. So, well done. Way to not sit and way to not take the bait. Don't fight. Oh, never mind. You started fighting. Let's quickly look at it, because I gotta hop off. See, so we need to communicate here. If we're looking for a fight, I was on the same mind path or wavelength as Ulysses. We're going to the objective. I did not expect us to be trying to mind control. So we ended up mind controlling Blaze here, and then we got the stun. Right? Did we still kill Blaze? Oh my gosh. So we still get Blaze. Right? That's great, Ancestral. And Dahaka's on the Shrine, right? So we did get our pick. So now we can hopefully fight and force the Shrine, but that needs to be communicated better because that was almost your death instead of an advantage. So we'll speed this up. They should give you the Shrine for free. Oh, they actually fought you at the Shrine 5v4. Oh, good fling swipes. Mind control missed. Oh, got a kill in Direpants. Okay. Wow. Okay. Red team, I would not fight the Shrine at all. There's so many things on the map you can be doing, and you're up 20 versus 21, you're down a tank, right? Like, sure, Asmodee can throw some dunks and, like, stall and get some cheeky things, or, like, Tychus can stall and get some cheeky things, but, like, this is not your fight, right? You want to be putting pressure on the map elsewhere because you have an Asmodee that can backdoor, right? Like, don't be sitting here fighting for an objective down a player, especially when you don't have your tank. I think that was a little foolish. You guys were ahead quite a bit. You could have been pushing down here, taking this camp, doing other things, and that this objective walks middle into a building, right? So even if Sylvanas trades this building, it can't take 2 buildings unless you're dead. So just let them have that and pick up other stuff. So, and see, now we're too late. See, we tried doing it afterwards, and now Sylvanas gets this for free, and now they're going to follow up on the objective. All right. I think that'll do it for me. I think as much as this game looks like it's going to go back and forth and go further and further, I do not have time to finish. So my short interpretation of this would be just keep pushing for your own win conditions, right? Blue team, you're strongest at the objective. Take your team fights and things at the objective so that way you can push with your Sylvanas to be able to enable stronger pushes. And red team, keep up the good work early game. You guys had plenty of good rotations and good things going on. You had great marks. You were ahead on the map all the time. You had opportunities to use the Dahaka dig to push for advantages and get to the Shrine on time. Keep doing that. Don't force fights that don't make sense. So, all right. Sadly, that'll do it for me. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.